Maharashtra political crisis has now shifted to Guwahati, with 33 rebel Shiv Sena MLAs led by Eknath Shinde, along with 7 independents, lodged in a city hotel. The 40 MLAs flew into Guwahati in a chartered aircraft from Surat in Gujarat to avoid being reached by Sena Supremo and Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Brisk developments have since taken place with two close aides of Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, Ministers Piyush Hazarika and Jayanta Malla Borua, camping out at Hotel Radisson Blu. And earlier in the morning, Assam BJP MP Pallab Lochan Das and MLA Sushanta Borgohain received the rebel MLAs at the Guwahati airport, even as Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma earlier had inspected the arrangements at Hotel Radisson Blu. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena leader Eknath Shinde also held a meeting with his supporters at the hotel, with reports coming in that at least 2 more party MLAs may be on their way to Guwahati to join Shinde. Meanwhile, amidst all this, Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut claimed that all rebel MLAs are still with the Shiv Sena. Raut also claimed that he spoke with Shinde earlier in the morning and asked him to return to Mumbai. However, Raut's desperation and insecurities were exposed when he said that in a worst-case scenario, the government will fall. A tweet sent out by Sanjay Raut put up a short while ago hints that the Maharashtra Assembly may be dissolved.
एकनाथ शिंदे जी हमारे बहुत पुराने साथी हैं, हमारे मित्र हैं। सालों साल से हम एक दूसरे के साथ कंधा से कंधा लगाकर काम कर रहे हैं। उनको भी इतना आसान नहीं है पार्टी छोड़ना और हमको भी इतना आसान नहीं है उनको छोड़ना। हमारा डायलॉग चल रहा है। आज सुबह भी मेरी एकनाथ शिंदे जी से बातचीत चल रही थी। आज सुबह हम दोनों ने 1 घंटा बातचीत की है। यहाँ से जो बातचीत हुई उस बारे में मैंने पार्टी चीफ को बताया है। कोई बात छुप कर नहीं रहती है, वापस एक बार बात हो जाएगी। उनके साथ जो विधायक है उनसे भी हमारी बातचीत चल रही है। सभी शिवसेना में है, शिवसेना में रहेंगे और उद्धव ठाकरे जी का नेतृत्व आम्ही संघर्ष करू। शिवसेना हा संघर्ष करणारा पक्ष है, लढणारा पक्ष। हम संघर्ष करते रहेंगे। ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा? सत्ता जाएगी और क्या होता है? ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगी? महाराष्ट्र की सत्ता जाएगी, सत्ता वापस आ सकती है। सर, लेकिन प्रतिष्ठा होती है पार्टी की, वो सबसे ऊपर है। गुवाहाटीमध्ये एक फार जंगल छान आहे, काजीरंगा। आमदार फिरतील, पर्यटन करतील। गुजरातला झालंय, अजून कुठे जातील? करू दे ना, आमदारांनी फिरलं पाहिजे, आमदारांनी देश पाहिला पाहिजे आणि या देश पाहिल्यामुळे त्यांना देशाची ओळख होते। त्याच्यामुळे आमच्या त्यांना शुभेच्छा।
All right, and to bring us more details, I am being joined now over the phone line by our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. Wasbir, will Uddhav Thackeray dissolve the assembly? That is the big question on everybody's minds right now, isn't it?
Well, yes, there are several possibilities at this juncture as the 40 MLAs are closeted at the Hotel Radisson Blu in Guwahati. Now, the first possibility, a lot of people are saying that the Uddhav Thackeray might recommend dissolution of the Maharashtra Assembly. But will he do that? Will he take that route? BJP on its part may think of imposing president's rule in Maharashtra, and after that there can be a fresh trial of strength. Some people are saying also talking about fresh polls, which seems absolutely unlikely. Now the big question is, we have seen Shiv Sena top leader and MP Sanjay Raut saying 2 possibilities. Said that dialogue is going on, and in the worst case scenario, the government will collapse. So that means the message that Uddhav Thackeray camp is sending out at this juncture is that they are not scared of dissolving the assembly and going for fresh polls. They are saying that they are not so tempted with power to hold on to power. That was not their main criteria. That is what the Uddhav camp is sending out a message. But when Sanjay Raut said the dialogue is going on, in fact, it is also reported that he spoke to Eknath Shinde in Guwahati this morning. He called Eknath Shinde over the phone and spoke. So there is also an attempt to try and get back the rebel Shiv Sena MLAs. So these are some of the possibilities that's going on. But But let me give you an update on what's going on at the hotel in Guwahati. Now we have three top Assam BJP leaders at the hotel right now. There is Minister Piyush Hazarika. There is Minister Pallab. There is Minister Jayanto Malla Barua. Then there is MP Pallab Losandas and MLA Susanta Borgohai. These are the four senior Assam BJP leaders who are camping at the Hotel Radisson Blu at this point in time. Basically, they are doing the job of liaising between the group and looking after the logistics. Now, the basic point is there is no report so far because earlier in the morning there were reports that some senior BJP leaders from Maharashtra are going to land in Guwahati, but that plan has been shelved for the time, and that's what we are hearing because the authorities here have no information about any big VIP movement or any important BJP leader landing in Guwahati at this point in time. And we're also getting to know that a couple of more rebel MLAs are also coming to Guwahati. So at the moment, the situation is fluid. All eyes on that cabinet meeting called by Uddhav Thackeray, which he is going to chair. That is at 1 o'clock. So all eyes on that Aghadi government cabinet meeting to be presided over by Uddhav Thackeray.
Yes, indeed, Wasbir. All eyes would indeed be on the 1 p.m. cabinet meeting called by Uddhav Thackeray. However, any further inputs, Wasbir, on the developments from Hotel Radisson Blu right here in Guwahati? Again.
Well, we have been told that there was some kind of a meeting in the morning, but right now most of the MLAs are in their respective rooms. They are not at the lobby. Nobody is at the lobby at this point in time because the leaders who are there from the Assam BJP are also there. They are camping in a different room on a different floor. So this is the situation at the Radisson Blu. Most of the MLAs are in their respective designated rooms, including Eknath Shinde. And as we have seen, Eknath Shinde is constantly confabulating with leaders. And as Sanjay Raut said, there are sources who said that Sanjay Raut himself had called Eknath Shinde this morning to try and resolve the crisis. So these are some of the developments that have taken place.
All right, Wasbir Hussain, thank you very much for joining us at this point in time and sharing all of those latest updates. Yes, viewers, that is, of course, the latest inputs coming in from Hotel Radisson Blu in Guwahati, where the rebel Shiv Sena MLAs are putting up there was a meeting that was called at 9:30 a.m. earlier in the morning today of the rebel MLAs led by Eknath Shinde. And of course, there is apparently no one in the lobby of the hotel at this point in time. All of the MLAs are apparently in their own respective rooms. We will have to wait for further developments. And of course, at 1 p.m., all eyes will be on the crucial cabinet meeting that has been called by the Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray.
गुवाहाटी में आए हैं हम लोग सब लोग और यहाँ पर
चलो लगना नहीं चाहिए
शिवसेना के 40 MLAs अभी यहाँ मौजूद है और सभी लोग जो है हम बाला साहब ठाकरे जी का जो हिंदुत्व है इस और उनकी जो भूमिका है उसको हम लोग आगे ले जाना चाहते हैं और
शिंदे जी मराठी संपूर्ण राज्य तुमच्याकडे बघतंय मराठी शिंदे जी मराठी
देखिए मुझे किसके ऊपर टीका टिप्पणी नहीं करनी है मुझे इतना ही बात है कि जो शिवसेना के MLA है आज यहाँ मौजूद है और बाला साहब की जो हिंदुत्व की बात है उसे हम लोग आगे जाएंगे।
All right, shifting focus to another big story now. A powerful earthquake has killed at least 250 people and left scores injured in eastern Afghanistan today. Local officials informed the media that the quake broke out in the wee hours today. Pictures shared on social media showed people on stretchers, rubble and ruined homes in the Paktika province of Afghanistan. A local government official told BBC that the death toll is likely to rise above the 250 mark and more than 150 others have also been injured. The quake struck about 44 kilometers from the southeastern city of Khost. Tremors were felt across for more than 500 kilometers of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India, according to the European Mediterranean Seismological Center. The center said that witnesses had reported feeling the quake in Afghanistan capital Kabul as well as in Pakistan capital Islamabad. Government spokesperson Bilal Karimi tweeted that last night there was a severe earthquake in 4 districts of Paktika province, which killed and injured hundreds of people and destroyed dozens of houses. The spokesperson also urged all 8 agencies to send teams to the area immediately to prevent any further catastrophe. The earthquake, which hit during the early hours as many people were asleep, was a magnitude of 6.1 on the Richter scale of some 551 kilometers, according to the US Geological Survey.
الميكروفون ده شوية وانا خير السطح دول بيرد عند كريم
And on to the big flood update from Assam now. As many as 32 districts of the state still continue to reel under floodwaters, with the death toll mounting to 50 so far. Besides, more than 55 lakh people have been affected by the wrath of floods, while 6,000 villages have been inundated. It has been learned that a total of 2,62,000 people are currently taking shelter in as many as 862 relief camps set up across the state. Meanwhile, NDRF and SDRF teams are still relentlessly carrying out relief and rescue operations. And meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma is touring the flood-affected areas in Kanpur and Roha districts. As per reports, Chief Minister Sharma will be visiting several relief camps in Kanpur. It may be mentioned here that Kanpur has been reeling under floodwaters for several days now, with vital roads damaged and several houses still inundated. Communication too has been snapped, with more than 100 villages severely affected. And there is also an apparent shortage of food and other essential commodities as well. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, in light of this, will be visiting the various relief camps in Roha, where the situation is no different. And what you see on your screens, viewers, are the visuals of a bridge that has been washed away in Roha, despite and thereby snapping communication from all sides.
এইখন আসলতে হেৰি ৰহা ৰাজহ চক্ৰৰ অন্তৰ্গত ৰূপহীতুলি আৰু টোপাকুচি সংযোগী পথ। আজি 3 ঘণ্টামান আগত কলঙৰ বাঢ়নী পানীয়ে এই দলংখন উটুৱাই লৈ যায়। অতি দুৰ্ভাগ্যজনক কথা যে বহু বছৰৰ পিছত চৰকাৰে এই ৰাস্তাটো কাম আৰম্ভ কৰিছিলে, কিন্তু আজি বাঢ়নী পানীয়ে সেয়া সম্পূৰ্ণ ধ্বংস কৰি পেলালে।
And we have some breaking news coming in, viewers. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma will be visiting the flood-affected Barak Valley tomorrow. Chief Minister Sharma, during the visit, will be inspecting the flood situation in Silchar and other adjacent areas, and also visiting some of the relief camps where inmates are currently lodged. Yes, indeed, viewers, another big development coming in, and breaking news, in fact, as Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sharma, will be visiting the flood-hit Barak Valley tomorrow. Chief Minister Sharma, during his visit, will be inspecting the flood situation in Silchar and other nearby areas, and also visit some of the relief camps that have been set up in the Barak Valley. It may be mentioned here that the flood situation in Silchar continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate. The surge in the water levels of the Barak River has inundated the Silchar-Karimganj road, while several areas of Silchar town itself have been left waterlogged. And also worth mentioning here, a team of 105 NDRF personnel are still carrying out relief operations.
हम लोग भी ट्विटर में देख रहे हैं यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री जी हमारी टीम के लिए रिक्वेशन दिए थे और हमारी टीम समय से पहुंची है और संज्ञान भी ले रहे हैं मुख्यमंत्री जी। तो हम उन्हें विश्वास दिलाना चाहेंगे कि हम लोग जो एनडीआरएफ टीम है पूरी तरह से उनके विश्वास में खरे उतरेंगे और जो भी काम दिया जाएगा उसे पूरी मेहनत ईमानदारी से पूरा करके सरकार का सहयोग करेंगे हम लोग।
And meanwhile, in a sensational incident, an unidentified body was found floating in the waterlogged Swamiji Lane near Itkola in the heart of Silchar town. The body was spotted by locals in the wee hours today, who immediately informed the administration in Kachar. However, it has been learned that so far no steps have been taken. And meanwhile, Chief Executive Member of North Kachar Hills Autonomous Council, Debulal Gorlosa, and Executive Member Nojit Kemprai inspected the ongoing restoration work at various places, including Chunu Nala and Gurubari, near the Haflong Lanka Road. It may be mentioned here that Haflong Lanka Road was badly damaged due to the incessant rains and landslides last month. The restoration work was halted due to the heavy rains a few days back, and although actual damages are yet to be ascertained, it has been estimated that the restoration work will take some more time. Meanwhile, speaking to Northeast Live, CEM Gorlosa expressed his gratitude to the people of the Hill District for extending their support during this time of crisis. He also added that the entire NCHAC team is working day and night to restore and rebuild the district.
देखो, फर्स्ट फेज में जो मई 14-15 में जो हुआ है, उस टाइम में हाफलोंग एरिया, बोरेल एरिया में ज़्यादा हुआ है, और फ्लड तो उस टाइम में माइबंग एरिया में थोड़ा हुआ है, लांगटिंग एरिया में हुआ है, डिमुंगरा साइड में नहीं हुआ है, दूसरा रास्ता भी इतना खराब नहीं हुआ है। लेकिन जो अभी का जो सेकेंड जो अभी हुआ है अभी जून में, तो इसमें तो पूरा जितना रास्ता गांव का अप्रोच रोड, केके रोड बोलो, लाइसोंग रोड बोलो, हाफलोंग एरिया का बोलो, माने अभी आगे से और भी ज्यादा अभी डैमेज हुआ है। तो इसलिए अभी एग्जैक्टली हम कितना हुआ नहीं हुआ हम बोल नहीं सकता, क्योंकि जा भी नहीं सकता हम लोग। अभी केके रोड बंद है, लाइसोंग रोड बंद है, सेमकोर रोड बंद है, फिर ये रोड भी कोंजोंग टू हाफलोंग दियांगी वो भी रास्ता बंद है। तो इसलिए अभी ऐसा असेसमेंट करेगा हम लोग बोल नहीं सकता, लेकिन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट भी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट भी टीम बहुत बार भेजा है, लेकिन उन लोग भी अभी वेदर का वजह से कुछ असेसमेंट करने नहीं सका होगा मेरा हिसाब में। तो आगे से ज्यादा बहुत डैमेज हुआ, सेकेंड फेज में ज्यादा डैमेज हुआ है।
तो ये था देबुलाल गोरलोसा, नॉर्थ कचार हिल्स ऑटोनोमस काउंसिल का सीएम। उन्होंने बताया कि यहाँ को इस मौसम में पहले जो फर्स्ट फेज मई महीने में हुआ था, उस वक्त इंटायर हाफलोंग टाउन के साथ साथ कनेक्टिविटी टूट गया था। तो वो भी एक पार्ट ऑफ द एक मेजर है। और साथ में ये भी कहना पड़ेगा कि डिमा हासाओं में इस बार जो है ज़्यादातर गांव इलाका में ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हुआ है। ये देबुलाल गोरलोसा ने हमें जानकारी दी कि ये असेसमेंट करना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि केके रोड, एलजी रोड, डिहांगी रोड, एसएस रोड और लाइसोंग माहौर रोड, ऐसा बहुत सारा सेवरल लोकेशंस का जो रोड्स कनेक्टिविटी है जो है बहुत ज़्यादा इस पर इस सेकंड फेज का हम लोग कहते हैं सेकंड फेज। फर्स्ट फेज मई में हुआ था, सेकंड फेज जब जून महीना का जो इस हुआ था तब में ज़्यादातर इफेक्ट हुआ है गांव एरिया में, गांव वाला का साथ। इस वक्त आपको दिख रहा होगा कि यहाँ पर रिस्टोरेशन का जो काम जो है लगातार दिन रात चल ही रहा है, लेकिन यहाँ पे मेजर डैमेज होने का वजह से ये जो है लंका हाफलोंग रोड जो है अभी भी बंद पड़ा हुआ है। और उनका सीएम साहब का जो कि सीएम देबुलाल गोरलोसा का कहने का मुताबिक ये है कि इन अगर मौसम ठीक रहा तो 3-4 दिन या दिन का अंदर में ये जो है फिर से यहाँ से जो है मोटरवेल होने का संभावना है।
And we have more breaking news coming in from the Maharashtra political crisis at this point in time, viewers. Is the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray all set to resign? Will Uddhav Thackeray quit after the crucial 1 p.m. cabinet meeting? Well, reports are indicating that Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray may quit by today evening. Meanwhile, the BJP has called all its MLAs to Mumbai. Yes, indeed, some breaking updates coming in at this point in time. And of course, the big question here is Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray all set to resign? Will Uddhav Thackeray quit after the crucial 1 p.m. cabinet meeting? Well, reports are indicating that Chief Minister Thackeray may quit by this evening. Meanwhile, the BJP, on the other hand, has called all its MLAs to Mumbai. Yes, so viewers, this is a big update coming in as far as the Maharashtra political crisis is concerned. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, many big questions here. Is he all set to resign? And is a big decision likely post the crucial 1 p.m. cabinet meeting that has been called by Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray? Well, let me also tell our viewers of some of the key developments that have led up to this point this morning, as the 33 Shiv Sena rebel MLAs and 7 independent MLAs, all led by Minister Eknath Shinde, arrived in Guwahati this morning. They were whisked away to a 5-star hotel in the city. Then, of course, at 9:30 p.m., it was reported that the rebel MLAs have all huddled together for a crucial meeting to decide on the road ahead. And there were also very strong reports coming in of 2 senior Assam BJP leaders also being a part of this crucial huddle. Then, of course, a short while later, it was announced that Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray is all set to hold a cabinet meeting at 1 p.m. today. And, of course, all eyes will be on that very, very crucial meeting, and some big decisions likely to come forth post this very crucial meeting. And also, viewers, we have received confirmed reports that before the rebel MLAs had even arrived in Guwahati, before all of this had actually happened, in the wee hours of the morning today at around 5 a.m., Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma had personally gone to Hotel Radisson Blu in Guwahati to take stock of the arrangements before the arrival of the 33 rebel MLAs as well as 7 independent MLAs in Guwahati. And of course, after their arrival, they were whisked away quite hurriedly to the Radisson Blu Hotel, where, of course, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma had inspected the arrangements before the arrival of the MLAs. And also, another very important development here, viewers, that is very interesting to note here, is that a BJP MLA, that is, of course, Sushanta Borgohain, was the one who had gone to pick up and receive these MLAs at the LGBI airport in Guwahati upon their arrival in the city earlier this morning. Even though Sushanta Borgohain had written that off, saying that this is just something that he's doing in his personal capacity, this has nothing to do with the party as such, and he has just been asked to receive the MLAs. It does raise a lot of questions as to why a BJP MLA in this situation, Sushanta Borgohain, to be very precise, had gone to pick up these MLAs from the airport. And of course, what we also know by now, there's something which has already been confirmed, is that the BJP is gearing up to go in for the final kill in Maharashtra. Of course, taking advantage of the political crisis that has erupted within the ranks of the Shiv Sena, the BJP now looking to go in for the kill.
साहेब आहेत वरती पवार साहेब त्यांच्या तणाव भेटायला जातात काय मार्ग निघतोय काय ते आता साहेब आहेत तोपर्यंत साहेब आहेत ते लक्ष देतील ना. मला तर नाही काय वाटत काय रेग्युलर कॅबिनेट आहे असंच वाटतंय. ठीक आहे, बघूया ना काय तेवढं संख्याबळ फार कमी झालं त्याच्यामुळे हा संख्याबळ आता काय करणार. काय पंतप्रधान देहूमध्ये संत तुकारामाच्या भेटीला आले आणि एकनाथाला घेऊन गेले. बरोबर आहे. आता किती संख्याबळ आहे काय आहे ते अजून
आपण एकेकाळी शिवसेना सोडली होती त्यावेळेस देखील बंड झाला होता. शिवसेनेनंतर अनेक मोठ्या नेत्यांनी सोडली त्यावेळेसही बंड झाला होता. पण आता एकनाथ शिंदेच्या मागे जवळपास शिवसेनेतले 2/3 पेक्षा अधिक लोक जात आहेत. हे नेमका असंतोष शिवसेनेच्या आमदारांचा का? कारण की तुमच्या वेळेस तुमचं कारण एक होतं, राज ठाकरेंच्या वेळेस एक कारण होतं, नारायण राणेंच्या वेळेस
पण आता त्याचं कारण काय ते सांगतातच आहेत ना, तुम्ही लोक दाखवतातच. मी
एवढी अस्वस्थता किंवा हिंदुत्वाची भूमिका ही शिवसैनिक आमदारांची होती का असा मुद्दा आहे.
मला नाराजी होती का? आमच्या माझ्या तर कानावर कधी आलं नव्हतं असं काय होतंय म्हणून. I have not heard so far. I don't know anything about it. What Sanjay Raut? I do not know. पण अशी काही चर्चा झाली साहेबांना भेटतोय मला त्यांचा अंतर्गत प्रश्न शिवसेनेचा आम्ही ज्या इंटॅक्ट ठेवणार आहात पवार साहेबांच्या नेतृत्वाखाली देखेंगे क्या होता है.
भुजबळ साहेब राष्ट्रवादीची स्थापना ज्यावेळेस झाली प्रदेश अध्यक्ष आपण होतात महाराष्ट्रामध्ये त्यावेळेस सरकारच्या विरोधातली भूमिका मांडत परत सरकार तुम्ही आणलं होतं. आता राष्ट्रवादीची परिस्थिती आता सरकारमध्ये आहे पण फारशी हालचाली त्या पातळीवर
आता त्याच्यावर काही बोलणं जे आहे इमॅच्युअर ठरेल फार अगोदरच होईल काय काय होतं ते बघूया ना. बाकी सरकार मध्ये राहणं सरकार पडणं राजीनामा देणं परत नवीन पद्धतीनं लढणं परत सरकार निवडून आमचं मताधिक्य आम्ही आणणं.
And on to another big story now. The sacred Ambubachi Mela begins from today. As per inputs, the main doors of the Kamakhya temple in Guwahati will be closed at 8:18 p.m. tonight. And just like every year, several ascetics are already camping out at the temple premises. It may be mentioned that the Assam government will be observing the Mela in a low-key manner this year. The 3-day Mela will be held only through religious customs, and devotees have been advised not to visit the Kamakhya shrine during the Mela, as there will be no special car passes or provisions provided this year. Moreover, only 3 camps have been set up for the devotees this year. And with that, we've come to the end of our news bulletin. Stay tuned to Northeast Live for more news and updates. Thank you for watching. Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice. Oh, wow.
Oh, বাহ! অপূর্ব ভ্যারাইটি, অপূর্ব মূল্য। ডাউনলোড মিশো।
Sterling Reserve, come alive.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice. Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
News to keep you ahead. Evening Prime, every day at 7 p.m.
welcome to Afternoon Headlines. I'm Ronak, and we start the bulletin with the top focus this afternoon. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma is making all-out efforts to provide aid to the flood-affected people in the state and bring a lasting solution to the annual menace. That said, Chief Minister Sharma is touring the flood-affected areas in Kanpur and Roha districts. Chief Minister Sharma will be visiting several relief camps in Kanpur. It may be mentioned here that Kanpur has been reeling under floodwaters for several days now, with prime roads damaged and houses still inundated. Communication too has been snapped, with more than 100 villages severely affected. There is also an apparent shortage of food and other essential commodities. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, in light of these, will also be visiting several relief camps in Roha, where the situation is no different. As you can see on your screens, the viewers, a bridge has been washed away in Roha, thereby snapping communication from all sides.
এইখন আচলতে ৰহা ৰাজহ চক্ৰৰ অন্তৰ্গত ৰূপহীতুলি আৰু টোপাকুচি সংযোগী পথ। আজি 3 ঘণ্টামান আগত কলঙৰ বাঢ়নী পানীয়ে এই দলংখন উটুৱাই লৈ যায়। অতি দুৰ্ভাগ্যজনক কথা যে বহু বছৰ পিছত চৰকাৰে এই ৰাস্তাটো কাম আৰম্ভ কৰিছিলে, কিন্তু আজি বাঢ়নী পানীয়ে সেয়া সম্পূৰ্ণ ধ্বংস কৰি পেলালে।
It may be mentioned here that as many as 32 districts of Assam continue to reel under floodwaters, with the death toll now mounting to 50. And besides, more than 55 lakh people have been affected by the wrath of the floods, while 6,000 villages have been inundated. It has been learned that a total of 2,62,000 people are currently taking shelter in as many as 862 relief camps that have been set up across the state. Teams of NDRF and SDRF personnel are still carrying out relentless relief and rescue operations. And Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma will also be visiting flood-affected Barak Valley tomorrow. Chief Minister Sharma, during the visit, will be inspecting the flood situation in Silchar and other nearby areas, and also visit some of the relief camps. It may be mentioned that the flood situation in Silchar continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate. The surge in the water levels of the Barak River has inundated the Silchar-Karimganj road, while several areas of Silchar town have been waterlogged. Also worth mentioning here, a team of 105 NDRF personnel are relentlessly carrying out relief operations. All right, on to the big political development we have been tracking since morning today. The scene of action of the big Maharashtra political crisis has shifted to Guwahati, with 33 rebel Shiv Sena MLAs led by Eknath Shinde, along with 7 independents lodged at a city hotel. We have fresh reactions coming in at this point in time. Let's listen in.
त्यामुळे आमच्यामधले कोणी बाहेर गेलेलं नाही, पण आता सरकार कसं वाजवता येईल याचा विचार करणार आहे.
थँक्यू सर.
So viewers, as I was saying, 40 MLAs in total flew into Guwahati in a chartered aircraft from Surat in Gujarat to avoid being reached by Sena Supremo and Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. All right, we have more fresh reactions coming at this point in time. Let's listen in.
जे मित्र पक्ष आहेत शिवसेना किंवा राष्ट्रवादीच्या वरिष्ठांची चर्चा करण्याकरता या ठिकाणी पाठवलेलं आहे. आज ते मला वाटतं काँग्रेसच्या आमदारांची आमची सर्वांची बैठक घेऊन आमच्या भावना समजून घेऊन मित्र पक्षाच्या नेत्यांशी चर्चा करतील.
Mr. Vishwajit Kadam, right now we are seeing an important meeting of the Congress going on. What is going to be the agenda today? There's a meeting of Kamalnath ji with the Chief Minister as well as with Sharad Pawar. What is on agenda? Is this a threat to Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi government?
See, first of all, Honorable Shri Kamalnath ji has been deputed by Honorable our AICC President, respected Srimati Sonia ji Gandhi ji, to oversee the political developments in the state of Maharashtra. And of course, he's a very senior, Kamalnath is a respected leader. And with his experience today, I think he's going to interact with all the Congress MLAs. First of all, the Congress MLAs are all intact. And today, all of us have assembled here at the residence of Honorable Balasab Thoratji. And Honorable Thoratji explained yesterday in a press conference that we are strongly with the Maharashtra Mahavikas Aghadi government. And whatever allied parties need us to do, we are with them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let me remind our viewers here, brisk developments have taken place since the arrival of the rebel MLAs in Guwahati this morning, with close aides of Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, Ministers Piyush Hazarika and Jayanta Malla Borua camping out at the Hotel Radisson Blu. And earlier in the morning, Assam BJP MP Pallab Lochan Das and MLA Sushanta Borgohain received the rebel MLAs at the Guwahati airport, even as Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma had earlier gone to inspect arrangements at Hotel Radisson Blu. We have more reactions coming in this point in time. Let's listen in.
Eknath Shinde has claimed he has support of 40 MLAs. Do you see the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi government coming down because of this?
I don't think I should comment on this. It is for the leaders to comment on.
But what is the Congress's agenda today? Mr. Kamalnath, what is the Congress?
आम्ही या ठिकाणी काँग्रेस म्हणून एकत्र आहोत आणि आमचा फिगर पूर्ण आहे एवढंच मी सांगेन. राहिला विषय शिवसेनेचा तर तो विषय त्यांचा आहे. आम्ही सगळेजण उद्धवजींसोबत आहोत, आजही आहोत आणि कालही होतो.
And meanwhile, Shiv Sena leader Eknath Shinde also held a meeting with his supporters at Hotel Radisson Blu in the morning at around 9:30 a.m., with reports also coming in that at least 2 more party MLAs may be also well on their way to Guwahati. All right, now to bring us all the latest updates from Ground Zero, I am being joined live from outside Hotel Radisson Blu in Guwahati by our Chief of Bureau, Arindam Das. Arindam, reports are now doing the rounds that 2 more MLAs have joined the rebel camp. So any update regarding that, Arindam, over to you.
Yes, Ronak, we are also getting reports that 2 more MLAs have joined this league of 40 rebel MLAs. But as of now, we don't have confirmation on this. We have to wait for a while to get the confirmation. But yes, a crucial meeting was scheduled to be held among the rebel MLAs here at Radisson Blu. It was scheduled to be held at 9:30. So that meeting, right now we have come to know that is underway. And so in that meeting, BJP leaders from Assam, including 2 ministers, Jayanta Malla Borua and Piyush Hazarika, were also present in that meeting, apart from Sushanta Borgohain, who is an MLA, and MP Pallab Lochan Das. So right now I can only say that the meeting is underway here. And one more information which I would like to share to our viewers is that these rebel MLAs initially sought an appointment with the Maharashtra governor, but since he has infected with COVID, so the Goa governor has been given the additional charge as the Maharashtra governor right now. So, and these rebel MLAs have got a permission to hold a video conferencing with the Goa governor, who is the acting Maharashtra governor right now. So definitely it would be a video conferencing which should be revolving around the show of strength, because if we see the Maharashtra Assembly House, there are total 88 assembly constituencies, and the halfway mark in the assembly is 144. So the magic number is 145. So right now the BJP in Maharashtra have 106 MLAs. So if these 40 rebel MLAs, from which 33 are from the Shiv Sena and the other 7 are independent MLAs. So if these rebel MLAs give support to the BJP in Maharashtra, so there are every chances that it would be a BJP-led coalition government in Maharashtra, because they will exceed the magic number if these 40 MLAs give support to the existing 106 MLAs in Maharashtra. And apart from that, as you have mentioned, 2 more MLAs have also joined. So if that report also turns out to be true, then 2 more MLAs will be pledging support to the BJP government in Maharashtra. So as of now, we don't know whether that video conferencing with the governor of Maharashtra, acting governor of Maharashtra, is being held or not. But yes, in some time from now, we will get to know about the meeting in detail. But yes, a crucial meeting is underway here at Radisson Blue among the 40 rebel MLAs. And in that meeting are present 2 ministers from Assam cabinet, Jayanta Mollaburra and Piyush Hazarika, and 1 MLA, Sushanta Borgohain, and 1 MP, Pallab Losan Das. So these 4 top leaders are in constant touch with these rebel MLAs, and they are camping here at Radisson Blue. And they are giving minute by minute feedback to Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, who is not here physically present at this location. But yes, he is monitoring the situation very closely, and he is taking feedback from the 4 BJP leaders who have been engaged here by him at the Radisson Blue.
Right.
So he's taking minute by minute
Absolutely.
update from them.
Absolutely, Arindam Das, thank you very much for joining us at this point in time with all of those latest updates. Well, right now, let us cut across live to a press briefing, viewers, by Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma on the flood situation in Assam. Take a look.
মেঘালয়ৰ পৰা বাঢ়নী পানী যেতিয়া নামি আহিব, জাগা ৰাস্তা নাথাকিলেতো বানপানী হ'বই। গতিকে সমাধান আমি জানো, সমাধানখিনি কৰিব পৰাৰ পলিটিকেল উইল বা ইকনমিক পাৱাৰটো আমাৰ নাছিলে। এতিয়া আমি চেষ্টা কৰিম। নোটিছ উচ্ছেদ নহয়, অধিগ্ৰহণ। উচ্ছেদ শব্দটো বেয়া। উচ্ছেদ হয় যেতিয়া ক্ষতিপূৰণ নোহোৱাকৈ হয়। যেতিয়া এতিয়া ধৰক এই মাটিতে আমি ক'ৰবাত নুমলীগড় ৰিফাইনেৰী পাতিছোঁ, গেছ ক্ৰেকাৰ পাতিছোঁ, উপযুক্ত মূল্য দি এতিয়া ধৰক বেলিভিউ হোটেলত ৰাজভৱনৰ হ'ব। বেলিভিউখন আমিতো উচ্ছেদ নকৰোঁ। বেলিভিউৰ মালিকক 30 কোটি টকা দিহে আমি ল'ম। সেইটোক উচ্ছেদ বুলি নকয়, সেইটোক অধিগ্ৰহণ বুলি কয়। উচ্ছেদৰ হোৱাৰ কথা নাই নহয়, সেইটোতো আমাৰে মাটি, মাটিৰ মালিককহে উচ্ছেদ কৰে। সেইটোতো গুৱাহাটীবাসী ৰাইজৰ মাটি, তাত উচ্ছেদৰ কথাটো ক'ৰ পৰা আহিলে? বুজাব লাগিব, অলপমান কৰবাত অলপমান ক'ব লাগিব। পুনৰ সংস্থাপন যাৰ মাটি নাই কৰিব, কিন্তু তাত ইমান ডাঙৰ বিল্ডিং আছে, কাক পুনৰ সংস্থাপন লাগে?
So yes, viewers, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma making all-out efforts to provide relief and aid to the people, to the lakhs of people affected by floods in Assam, and also to bring a lasting solution to this annual menace in the state. And that said, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma is touring the flood-affected areas in Kanpur and Roha districts today. Chief Minister Sharma will be visiting some of the relief camps in Kanpur as well as in Roha district and take stock of the situation and also speak to some of the inmates at these relief camps. It may be mentioned here that Kanpur has been reeling under floodwaters for several days now, and the situation in Roha district is also no different. And a Chief Executive Member of North Kachar Hills Autonomous Council, Devolal Gorlosa, and Executive Member Nojit Kemprai inspected the ongoing restoration work at various places, including Jununala and Gurubari near the Haflong Lanka Road. It may be mentioned here that Haflong Lanka Road was badly damaged due to heavy rains and landslides last month. The restoration work was halted due to heavy rainfall again just a few days ago. Although actual damages are yet to be ascertained, it has been estimated that the restoration work will take some more time. Meanwhile, speaking to Northeast Live, CEM Gorlosa expressed his gratitude to the people of the Hill District for extending their support during the time of crisis. He also added that the entire NCHAC team is working day in and day out to restore and rebuild the district.
देखो फर्स्ट फेज में जो मई 14-15 में जो हुआ है, उस टाइम में हापलोंग एरिया बोरेल एरिया में ज़्यादा हुआ है और फ्लड तो उस टाइम में माइबंग एरिया में थोड़ा हुआ है, लांगटिंग एरिया में हुआ है, डिमरा साइड में नहीं हुआ है। दूसरा रास्ता भी इतना खराब नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन जो अभी का जो सेकेंड जो अभी हुआ है अभी जून में, तो इसमें तो पूरा जितना रास्ता गांव का अप्रोच रोड, केके रोड बोलो, लाइसोंग रोड बोलो, हापलोंग एरिया का बोलो, माने अभी आगे से और भी ज्यादा अभी डैमेज हुआ है। तो इसलिए अभी एग्जैक्टली हम कितना हुआ नहीं हुआ हम बोल नहीं सकता, क्योंकि जा भी नहीं सकता हम लोग। अभी केके रोड बंद है, लाइसोंग रोड बंद है, सेमकोर रोड बंद है, फिर ये रोड भी कोंजोंग टू हापलोंग दियांगी वो भी रास्ता बंद है। तो इसलिए अभी ऐसा असेसमेंट करेगा हम लोग बोल नहीं सकता, लेकिन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट भी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट भी टीम बहुत बार भेजा है, लेकिन उन लोग भी अभी वेदर का वजह से कुछ असेसमेंट करने नहीं सका होगा मेरा हिसाब में। तो आगे से ज्यादा बहुत डैमेज हुआ, सेकेंड फेज में ज्यादा डैमेज हुआ है।
तो ये था देवलाल गोला था नॉर्थ का सर्विस ऑटोनोमस काउंसिल का सीएम। उन्होंने बताया कि यहाँ को इस मौसम में पहले जो फर्स्ट फेज मई महीने में हुआ था उस वक्त इंटायर हाफलोंग टाउन के साथ साथ कनेक्टिविटी टूट गया था, तो उस वो भी एक पार्ट ऑफ द एक मेजर है। और साथ में ये भी कहना पड़ेगा कि डिमा हासाओं में इस बार जो है ज़्यादातर गांव इलाका में ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हुआ है। ये देवलाल गोला ने हमें जानकारी दी कि ये असेसमेंट करना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि केके रोड, एलजी रोड, डिहांगी रोड, एसएस रोड और लाइसोंग माहौर रोड, ऐसा बहुत सारा सेवरल लोकेशंस का जो रोड कनेक्टिविटी है जो है बहुत ज़्यादा इस पर इस सेकंड फेज का हम लोग कहते हैं सेकंड फेज। फर्स्ट फेज मई में हुआ था, सेकंड फेज जब जून महीना का जो इस हुआ था तब में ज़्यादातर इफेक्ट हुआ है गांव एरिया में, गांव वाला का साथ। इस वक्त आपको दिख रहा होगा कि यहाँ पर रिस्टोरेशन का जो काम जो है लगातार दिन रात चल ही रहा है, लेकिन यहाँ पे मेजर डैमेज होने का वजह से ये जो है लंका हाफलोंग रोड जो है अभी भी बंद पड़ा हुआ है। और उनका सीएम साहब का जो कि सीएम देवलाल गरलोसा का कहने का मुताबिक ये है कि इन अगर मौसम ठीक रहा तो 3-4 दिन या दिन का अंदर में ये जो है फिर से यहाँ से जो है मोटरवेल होने का संभावना है।
And we have another big breaking news coming in at this point in time, viewers. Congress leader Kamal Nath has claimed that Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray is COVID positive and will hold the 1 p.m. cabinet meet via video conference. Yes, indeed, viewers, another big sensational breaking news coming in at this point in time. Congress leader Kamal Nath has now claimed that Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has been tested positive for COVID-19 and as such will be holding the crucial cabinet meeting at 1 p.m. via video conference. That is indeed a big breaking news coming in at this point in time, viewers. If Kamal Nath's words are to be believed, then the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has now tested COVID positive, and as a result will be holding the cabinet meeting slated for 1 p.m. via video conference. So no physical presence there by the Chief Minister. Instead, he will address the cabinet meeting via video conference. And also, it is to be kept in mind here, viewers, that earlier in the morning today, Maharashtra governor had also tested COVID positive and thereby handing over charges of being the Maharashtra governor to the Goa governor for the time being. And now another big breaking news coming in as Congress's Kamal Nath has claimed that Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray too has tested COVID positive. So indeed, viewers, this is a very big development and a new twist to the Maharashtra political crisis as Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, all eyes were fixed on the cabinet meeting at 1 p.m. and now this latest breaking news coming in that the Chief Minister will be holding the meeting. However, he will not be physically present there, but instead will be opting to address the meeting via video conference. And shifting focus now, viewers, a powerful earthquake has killed at least 250 people and left scores others injured in eastern Afghanistan today. Local officials informed the media that the quake broke out in the wee hours today, and pictures shared widely on social media showed people on stretchers, rubble, and ruined homes in the Paktika province of Afghanistan. A local government official told news agencies that the death toll is likely to rise above the 250 mark and more than 150 others have been left injured. The quake struck about 44 kilometers from the southeastern city of Khost. Tremors were felt across more than 500 kilometers of Pakistan, Afghanistan, and in India as well, according to the European Mediterranean Seismological Center. The center said that witnesses had reported feeling the quake in Afghanistan capital Kabul as well as in Pakistan capital Islamabad. Government spokesperson Bilal Karimi tweeted that last night there was a severe earthquake in 4 districts of Paktika province, which killed and injured hundreds of people and destroyed dozens of houses. The spokesperson also urged all aid agencies to send their teams to the area immediately to prevent any further catastrophe. The earthquake, which hit during the early hours as many people were still asleep, was a magnitude 6.1 quake at a depth of some 51 kilometers, according to the US Geological Survey. And coming back to the region now. The ruling Sikkim Krantikari Morcha or SKM has extended its support to NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu. That's right, viewers. This was informed by SKM spokesperson C.P. Sharma at a press conference today. Take a look.
सबसे पहला ये कल ही घोषणा जो की है ना, इसके लिए हमारा ये सिक्किम क्रांतिकारी मोर्चा पार्टी की तरफ हम सपोर्ट करते हैं, समर्थन करते हैं, क्योंकि जो एक महिला जो वर्ग है, ये जनजाति वर्ग से जो जिसको नॉमिनेट किया है, घोषणा किया है, वही हम सब पार्टी को सबसे अच्छा लगा, क्योंकि सभी वर्ग को, सभी संप्रदाय को इस तरफ सम्मानित पद में ले जाने का जो केंद्र सरकार का विचार है, पार्टी का विचार है, बीजेपी पार्टी का, उसी के वजह से हम समर्थन कर रहे हैं। हमारे सबसे पहले काउंसिल हमारा ये मीटिंग होगा, सीएम साहब मीटिंग कर लेंगे, लेजिस्लेचर मीट होगा हमारा, उसके बाद में हम निर्णय कर लेंगे और वोट करेंगे।
Meanwhile, BJP National Vice President Baijan Panda has also welcomed Draupadi Murmu's candidature. Listen in.
Draupadi Murmu ji is a fantastic choice. I have known her for 25 years. In her public life, she has been a councillor, she has been an MLA, she has been a minister in the state government, she has been governor of Jharkhand state, and throughout all this, she has earned respect for the dignity that she brings to the various offices that she has held, her integrity, her commitment to work for the upliftment of the disadvantaged. She herself has come up from very humble circumstances. And I think this is something special that is happening in India that has been brought about by the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. You've seen the kind of leadership that we are getting. Sections of society that were neglected for thousands of years, whether it comes to Padma Awards, whether it comes to leadership positions, such as President Kovind and now our next president, Draupadi Murmu ji. This is great for India. This is an aspirational India where your own hard work and talent can bring you to the top. You do not have to be part of any dynasties or part of any old boys networks.
And earlier, chief ministers of northeastern states welcomed the decision to field Draupadi Murmu as their presidential candidate. Have a look. There we go, taking to Twitter, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma congratulated Draupadi Murmu, former governor of Jharkhand, on being nominated as the presidential candidate of the NDA. Congratulations were also in place from Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamam, who expressed his gratitude towards Prime Minister Narendra Modi for nominating an indigenous tribal woman candidate for the presidential elections. Chief Minister Tamang further welcomed the decision and said that he will extend his unconditional support to Draupadi Murmu. Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu was also not to be left behind in congratulating Murmu on being nominated as the presidential candidate of the NDA. Chief Minister Khandu took to Twitter and wrote that Arunachal Pradesh, being a tribal state and nomination of the first tribal as the presidential candidate, shows Prime Minister Modi's commitment to its tribals and women. Meanwhile, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma also thanked Prime Minister Modi for nominating an indigenous tribal woman candidate, Draupadi Murmu, as the presidential candidate. Chief Minister Sangma further stated that it was a long-cherished dream of his father, the late P.A. Sangma, to have a tribal president for our country. And on that note, it's a wrap of this bulletin. Stay tuned to Northeast Live for more news and updates. Thank you for watching. Primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.